IBP. Let us understand one by one. The first one is IBP for demand. So as I mentioned, it will help you to predict the future sales based upon the past sales. So whatever the demand planning cycle we have, irrespective of the tool, the general demand planning cycle is like, so the first thing is you need to get the historical data. Okay, once you got the historical data, the next thing is you need to cleanse the historical data. If there is an outliers or something is there, you need to clean that historical data. So once you cleanse the historical data, so now you need to choose the right forecasting algorithm to generate the forecast. Okay, so once you generated the forecast, then you need to monitor it. I mean, you can get the inputs from the different stakeholders, and you can finalize one demand. Then you will fix that demand, you will release to the supply, and then you will need to monitor that. I mean, every run it is giving the same kind of forecast or not, right? You need to keep on monitor it. So if it is deviating from the whatever we have planned, I mean, suppose if you have fixed one algorithm based upon 70% accurate, okay, based upon certain error method you fixed it. So if it is moving above that, moving above that error values, then again you need to relook into it. Okay, this is the general demand planning cycle irrespective of the tool. So entire supply chain, entire demand planning cycle what we discussed will be handled via IBP demand. First thing is, once you get the historical data, so to cleanse the historical data, we have different methods available, like substitute missing value. If there is any missing values are there in your sales history, it will help you to fulfill, it will help you to fill those null values. Or we have outlier detection and the correction. So it will help you to understand, is there any outliers, ups or high or downs in your sales history. It will help you to understand those outliers, and it will help you to remove those outliers from the sales history before going for the actual forecast generation. Okay, or if there is any promotions are there in your sales history, it will help you to remove those promotions as well. Okay, so those kind of methods are the steps which are available in IBP for demand. So next thing is, we need to choose the right forecasting algorithm. Okay, so here to pick up the right forecasting algorithm, we have few functionalities like ABC XYZ segmentation and forecast automation profile that will help you to understand the time series analysis. So it's like uh, based upon the segregation you got, you can choose the relevant models, or based upon the time series analysis you have done with the help of the forecast automation profile. So it will help you to understand what kind of pattern my sales history is following, whether it is following seasonality pattern, whether it is following the trend. If it is following a trend, what kind of trend it is following. If it is following seasonality, what kind of seasonality is it, multiplicative seasonality or the additive seasonality. If it is a trend, is this forward trend, upward trend, or the positive trend or the negative trend. So likewise, it will help you to understand the patterns of the sales history so that you can choose the relevant models. Even if you are not sure which model you need to pick up, then you can go for the best fit forecasting algorithm, which is available in IBP for demand. So it will also help you to pick up the right forecasting model. Okay, so now apart from these things, uh, to pick up the right forecasting model, we need to go with um, the accuracy, right? How much my forecast results are accurate. Okay, so we have different error methods are there: MAD, MAPE, MSC, RMSC, the total error, whatever the things. So with the help of that, you can finalize any one of the forecast model to generate your forecast. All those things, all those functionalities which are available in IBP for demand. On top of that, so whenever you are introducing any product, or when you are moving any product from the market, how to handle those kind of scenarios in your demand planning. To handle that, we have the life cycle planning. So it will help you to manage entire life cycle, manage demand planning for different stages of the life cycle of the respective product. Okay, so on top of that, we have data realignment. When you are doing any changes in your supply plan, or if you are taking any decisions like discontinuing a location or introducing a new location, or extending your business to the new channel, or extending your business to another division, okay, or merging one or two product groups into single product group or the family. So when you are doing any kind of business changes, so you need to incorporate those changes as well in the demand planning, right? You need to readjust your master data, transactional data, everything. So that will require a lot of manual efforts. So with the help of the data realignment application, which is available in IBP for demand, it will simplify those efforts. Okay, it will help you to quickly reset up your master data and the transactional data according to your business changes. Okay, so on top of that, to monitor it, we have the alerts available. Okay, you can make use of those things in IBP for demand.
బాగుందా ఆపుంటుంది ఒకటి మంచిగా చేసుకోవచ్చు మస్తు చెప్తా ఒక రెండు
Sorry.
Hey, Sai, you mute everyone from your side so that I know that will be.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, mute all. Yeah.
Right. So the now next thing is the IBP for inventory. Okay, this is the additional functionality they have added in IBP thing. So here to have the right inventory at the right place with the right quantity. Okay, for that we'll go with the IBP for inventory. Let me take a simple example. Okay, for example, I'm doing a two-wheeler business. Okay, I'm having a 4 branches. Okay, Bangalore, Hyderabad, Mumbai, and then Chennai. These are the 4 branches. Okay, these are the 4 locations where I'm doing my business. Okay, so now at each location I simply maintained a 500 vehicles. Okay, in the inventory. So now, so if you look at the demand at the Hyderabad first, so here the demand is 200 only, but I kept the 500 vehicles there. Okay, let me take the Mumbai. So there the demand is around 700, but I kept only 500. Okay, and let us look at the Chennai. So there I am meeting almost 470 or 480, which is nearer to my inventory. Now, so whenever you are keeping the inventory at particular location, obviously there is some cost, right? You need to bear certain costs. So starting from the place which you have taken for the rent or something, or the electricity, or for the monitoring and all, you need to have certain staff and everything, right? So all those things, all those costs you need to bear. So that we'll call it as a inventory holding cost rates. Okay, when you're keeping certain product at the certain location, you need to bear that inventory cost rates. Okay, so now if you're looking at the Hyderabad, even though I'm having very lesser demand, I'm keeping very high vehicles here. I mean high number of vehicles here, so which leads to the high inventory holding cost rates. Now let us looking into Mumbai scenario. There I'm keeping 500 there, but I'm having a more demand there. Okay, whatever the extra demand is there, I need to fight with the other branches, other planners, to bring back those stock from another branch to this branch, right? So to avoid these situations, okay, to keep the right inventory at the right place, okay, we need certain plan, right? Optimal plan. So with the help of IBP for inventory, we can achieve that. So here we have 3 operators or the runs which are available. Those are multi-echelon or the multi-stage inventory optimization, and we have single stage inventory optimization and inventory component generation. Okay, so multi-echelon or the multi-stage inventory optimization will help you to optimize your inventory plan across your supply chain network. Okay, when you are going with a multi-echelon means it will consider every node in your supply chain. Okay, so starting from the customer to the retailer, the regional distribution centers, or the distribution centers, or if you have any warehouses, okay, or whatever the manufacturing plants you have. So every node in your supply chain will be considered when you're going with a multi-echelon inventory optimization. Okay, to have optimized plan at every node, then you can go for the multi-stage inventory optimization. Okay, so once you have the multi-stage inventory optimization, then still you want to optimize the inventory plan at the specific node, okay, then you can go for the single stage inventory optimization. Okay, so apart from that, we have another operator which help you to generate other stock norms like cycle stock, pipeline stock, target inventory position, reorder point. All those things will be generated. So these are the three things which is available in a IBP for inventory, which help you to generate the optimal inventory plan by considering the different parameters, starting from the demand and how accurate my demand is there, and the service levels. Okay, target service levels, that is also another input, and lot sizes, lead time, the variability in those things. Okay, are the replenishment lead time, replenishment frequency. So by considering all those parameters, it will generate the optimized plan for the inventory. Now here, the basic input for the inventory is a demand only. So now once you have the demand plan, okay, so for that you need to generate the supply, right? So for that we need to go for the IBP response and supply. Here we have both constrained and unconstrained planning runs. Okay, constrained planning like optimizer, unconstrained means the heuristic. Okay, so those are the planning runs which are available in supply, which help you to generate the plan, okay, against our demand or the requirements. Okay, so on top of these modules, we have sales and operations. Okay, so this is the strategic level planning. Okay, so whenever you are taking the license for S&OP, okay, it will contain the few features of the demand and the few features of the supply, not complete functionality of the demand or not completely functionality of the supply. So basic functionalities, basic features of the board modules will be available when you're taking the license for sales and operations, because here we do the strategic level planning, like whatever the demand you have, that means you are already generated the demand plan either by APO tool or any other third-party tool. So you have the demand plan already with you. Now you need to follow the sales and operations plan on top of it. So that is like here the sales and operation planning will help you to bring all the stakeholders in your supply chain together and get handshake with each other and understand their opinions. Okay, so this is the demand statistical forecast. I got it. Okay, now how to go ahead? Do I need to go ahead as it is? Okay, so in this process I will connect with all the business stakeholders, from the sales and marketing team, or the promotional team, or the logistics team, or the finance team. Okay, so every team, I will take the inputs from each and every team. Okay, based upon those inputs I will finalize one demand. Okay, so now after that I will release that to supply. Okay, supply team will re-look into it. So if my demand is this, okay, so do I able to generate the supply plan against the demand? Okay, or do I need to rethink upon my demand plan? So again, I need to against my demand plan, I need to do the supply review as well. Okay, so these, to have this systematic process from demand plan to the supply, okay, we need to have S&OP. Okay, now on top of that we have supply chain control tower. So in earlier APO, we are once the planning is done, okay, we are depending upon SAP BW or third-party tools like ClickU, ClickSense, okay, to have to generate the reports or to generate the dashboards or analytics on top of the our planning data. Okay, we need to depend upon other tools. Now in IBP, when it comes to IBP, no need to depend upon other tools. In built we have that analytics are the dashboards. So okay, so that is part of the supply chain control tower. Okay, it will help you to understand entire supply chain network. What is your supply chain network? What are the nodes are available? Okay, at the higher level you can view that. Okay, end-to-end visibility is there across your supply network, and you can handle exceptions by using the case management. Okay, and you can generate an alerts. Okay, you can monitor it with the help of the alerts and all. We have analytics, we have the dashboards which will which will help you to understand your planning results. Okay, these are the modules of the IBP these are the modules of the IBP. So now let us go further. So let us understand the high level architecture of the IBP. So now IBP is a purely planning system. Okay, executions part will not be done in the IBP. It is only for the planning. Executions will be done in the ECC or S4 or wherever you are getting the data, that's so respective source system. Okay, so if you're talking with respect to SAP, then we'll do the executions and everything in ECC or S4 system only. Okay, we'll bring the data from ECC or S4 to IBP and we'll do the planning here. And once the planning is done, we'll push those results back to the source system. Okay, to do this, we should have some integrations, right? So though right now we have CPI, cloud platform integration, and SDI, smart data integration, and we have RTA, real-time integration. These are the tools which are available in IBP to integrate the data between the systems. Okay, to pull the data, to push the data, we are going to use these integration setups. So now IBP at the back end, it is a HANA only, as for HANA only, the backend database. And IBP has a two user interfaces. One is the Excel user interface and the second one is a web user interface. Excel user interface where we do the planning and analysis, everything we'll do in the Excel, and the configuration setup, everything we'll do in the web. Okay, so as IBP can be accessible via web, you can access from anywhere. So it can be accessible from mobile, PC, the laptop or the tablet, anywhere you can access. Okay, and then it has the collaboration tools like planning workspace or the Jam, which help you to collaborate with the other planners in your organization. Okay, so this is the high level architecture of the IBP. Any doubts here? Next thing is let us understand some of the silent features of the IBP. So user interface is like, as I mentioned, it has Excel user interface and the web user interface. In the web, the applications will be in the form of query, and landscape and the installation is the cloud-based installation. You just need to take the license and everything will be taken care by the SAP only. And the analytics, yes, we have the embedded analytics. Okay, we can view the data in the form of the charts or the dashboards. Okay, we can generate the alerts and everything. And the data model, we have the unified data model and the flexible data model. Unified data model is like you can create one data model and it can be used for the all kinds of planning. Okay, either demand planning or supply planning or the inventory planning or the supply chain control tower, whatever the modules are there, that can be handled via one data model. So that is possible. And you can have the flexible data modeling as well. Okay, flexible, like you can create one data model for the demand planning, another data model for the supply planning, another data model for the inventory planning. So you can create a data model with respect to each kind of planning, or you can create one data model and you can use it for the all kinds of planning. Okay, that both the things are possible in IBP. So next thing is integration and collaboration. Just now we discussed, we have CPI, DS, or the SDA, or the RTI, which help you to push pull the data between the systems. Okay, so then features we just now discussed. Okay, so these are the some of the key features of the IBP. Okay, so any doubts so far? So now in this training, we are going to cover these are the concepts. Okay, so first we'll understand the configuration setup. We'll understand how we can create our own planning model before going for any kind of planning. Okay, so as a part of the planning model, we'll understand how to create each a planning model. Okay, the planning model entities, starting from the attributes, master data, time profile, planning area, all those things. Each and every planning model entity we'll understand and we'll create from our side. Okay, and then we'll some of the planning model entities like key figures and everything will go in detail, so that plays a major role when you're going for the planning. We'll understand different types of it and all. So then we'll We'll understand how the Excel UI is there, how we can connect IBP instance via Excel, all those things. We'll understand versions planning, scenarios planning, and the IBP formatting, all those things. So once you get an idea of all these things, then we'll update the data into IBP system. Okay, and then we'll go for the different kinds of planning on top of that. Okay, we'll go with the demand planning. We'll understand different concepts in the demand planning. Then we'll go for the supply planning. We'll understand different concepts in the supply planning, and then we'll go for the inventory planning. We'll understand different concepts in the inventory planning. At last, we'll go for the supply chain control tower. Okay, so this is the course content. So with this, I'm done with my demo. Okay, if you